bringing it back to Elon Musk.
God damn it!
But this one involves Joe Rogan. And I'm not talking about Elon Musk hitting the blunt on Joe Rogan. Okay.
No, that was
Here we go.
8 years ago or whatever.
Joe Rogan steps. This is from Fox News, I think. Whatever. So Joe Rogan steps into Elon Musk jet tracking debate. Quote, I don't think it's a nice thing to do.
I saw a picture of Brazil's copycat QAnon shaman.
Yes.
And that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's like you guys, you precious little guys down there. And that's not all like whatever, I'm sure there's plenty of cool Brazilians. But these ones are the most uncreative, like especially for like a fucking country that, carnival and like is, the image of Brazil is like fun, right? And you mean to tell me that you guys have a bunch of fucking losers that are such losers that you're copying American losers?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the guy you're doing this all for is in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Florida. He's in Florida.
The comparison to January 6th, obviously the influences just, I mean, there's no other.
They had their own QAnon shaman.
Yeah. But they definitely took it further because they did the equivalent of storming the Capitol, the White House, and the Supreme Court building all at the same time.
Oh,
and more people.
Good.
And
that's great.
And a lot of them, and also the other thing is that people haven't heard about in Brazil around a lot of military bases recently. In the past, ever since the election, basically, there's been these people, the same people, camping out around the military bases, begging for a military coup. They're like, please put us under military dictatorship, which is what they had up until 1985 in Brazil.
Right.
So
there's
people who still remember that shit and who actually want it, but they are not your average person.
Well, but no, it's also that's their crazy conservatives, right? They actually have precedent for military dictatorship, for coups and overthrows of the government, CIA sponsored. But let's not talk about that. And as I so love to call him, Bolsonaro, was one of the guys. He was one of the military coup guys. In fact, I think he tortured the lady who was the president after Lula, who got caught up in that fucking weird car wash corruption bullshit.
He definitely prosecuted and killed and jailed many of the Lula, like whatever administration or like the people supporters,
the extra people.
The people.
Yeah, I mean Lula was in jail for fucking years. I feel like.
Yeah, and I honestly I don't know. Maybe some of that shit is legit. I really don't know. I don't.
Listen. When in doubt, and this was when in doubt with international affairs, if if he weighed in on the subject before he died, I trust Michael Brooks. And Michael Brooks,
true, because he
loved
interviews
Lula so much.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so it's like, okay, so Lula is like, to me, that means that Lula is at worst, he's, Bernie Sanders, right? That's at worst.
Well,
Right?
apparently that the policies that he is advocating for is very, very similar. It's like a sock dim type shit.
Yeah. And, all right, I get it. That's the best you can hope for. And,
it's the easiest thing when you're in power to, it's the like the furthest left you can go without
like
putting a
dismantling
fucking
everything.
target sign on your fucking forehead, basically.
Right. Well, yeah, even then, the fucking CIA will still come after you.
I have a conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory. A conspiracy theory out there on Elon Musk. Okay. What if he is a psyop? Basically, his whole existence is just a psyop to turn liberals and left-leaning people away from fucking electric vehicles. And
no,
that's
dumb, because other people it's like he doesn't. It's astounding to me that people actually think this. Now, I don't think that you actually think this, or
no, I just random thoughts just crossed my head.
But it's that
what fleshed it out.
Tesla is like the only fully electric car or something like that. It's not.
No,
it's not
it's
even close. And what's funny about
it's
it
the
is
most sold fully electric.
It's
car
it's
in the US.
It's the only one that doesn't make a real car. Like, it's just an electric car company. They only make those, right? Whereas car companies, they make electric cars, hybrids, and then not electric cars. They do it all, right? But Tesla isn't a car company. It's a tech company that has made a computer that operates as a car, right? Which is why it's the stupidest and scariest of all of the automobiles, right? Is because it's not an automobile. It wasn't an automobile made by people who make automobiles. It was a fucking computer program that's a car.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it so
I would definitely be more likely to get like a Nissan Leaf or something.
Well, no, dude. Here's the other thing, right? Teslas don't have fucking door handles.
Yeah.
What? You don't have analog door handles? You are relying on technology for the door of the thing?
Yeah. No thanks.
No thanks. It doesn't begin to cover it. I wouldn't get in one. Like, as soon as I found that out, it's like, oh yeah, it's like because I was like, all right, I was in like somebody was yelling about Elon Musk on the internet somewhere, and I was like, okay, I got one question for anybody who's ever been closer to a Tesla than me, because the closest I've ever been to a Tesla is in traffic.
Yeah.
Right? And like it's like, do they have like door? It seems like people can't get out of them when they're, whatever, they drive off a cliff or whatever, or they catch on fire, and and somebody was like, they do and they don't, and I was like, that alone, like I don't have to read anything else. That's enough for me to go, no, they don't, right? Because if you can't just pull a lever and a door opens, right, then it's not a door handle, right?
Yeah.
Then it doesn't count. If there's
Right.
extra steps to that, like I get that, whatever, it's like, the beep boops or whatever the fuck, right? But like the second that you put a normal car, even like even cars that don't have like, they don't use keys and shit, right? The ones that you like press a button and the engine starts, and you have to be like close enough to the car, right? Those motherfuckers still have door handles, right? They still have, you still fucking you still pull on a thing and then a latch comes up and then the door opens,
Yeah.
right? That's not technology that anybody ever should fuck with ever. You should always be able to get out of the thing, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the fucking number one rule of stuff that you're in, right? They tell you to not block your regular ass analog doors at your house with stuff, just in case there's a fire at your house, which probability says that there won't be like a crazy big fire at your house, probably, but they're on the off chance you should keep your exits clear, right? That not applying that same fucking basic principle, not applying to a fucking car, especially a car where the computer can drive it.
Right.
Get the fuck out! Like that's insane.
Yeah.
Never.
Some stupid Congress clown show bullshit, or do you want to talk about a Wells Fargo vice president peeing on an old lady?
Definitely the second one.
All right, from the Daily Mail. Shankar Mishra, Wells Fargo VP of Operations, fired after urinating on a 72-year-old woman on an airplane.
What?
Well,
Wait.
well,
Fired. That means that he didn't like, really have to go. And then, but there was an old lady in front of him in line, and so he was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna pee. I can't. I'm sorry." And
let's
like
find
some
out.
got on her. It's like he peed on this woman on purpose.
Wells Fargo fires VP of Operations in India after he urinated on 72-year-old woman during business class flight from New York to New Delhi,
Oh, an
making
awful
executive
flight.
claims she condoned it.
What?
Oh, let's see here. So, The incident involving Shankar and Mishra occurred on November 26th in the business class cabin of an Air India flight, while Mishra's lawyers have said that the senior citizen condoned the act, according to multiple reports.
See, that's all right. So there's man, I got so much to say about this all of a sudden. Referring to this lady as a senior citizen is the news's subtle bias against this guy. Like if it was consensual, right? If this lady was like, "Do it, piss on me," then like the newspaper is making it like less likely that anyone will believe that if the second they call her a senior citizen. I've been noticing this shit a lot, like the little linguistic tricks that like are used to sway you, right? They're like right there, they're in front of you.
Yeah, well,
and they're not, and a lot of times they're not conscious, right? I'm not saying that like
no, I get all that, but let me get into this a little bit more because
all right, because
there's a lot here.
Because they're definitely lying. Okay.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Mishra's lawyer says that they have WhatsApp messages between the banking exec and the woman to back up their allegation. Now, a 72-year-old woman using WhatsApp, I don't know about that.
I don't know, man. Let's see the messages.
But however, the lawyers said that the woman has since returned. Anyways, okay, this is the part I was looking at. In the woman's complaint, the 72-year-old said that the incident occurred after the crew had served lunch and dimmed the lights. She accuses Mishra, who formerly worked at Citibank, now at Wells Fargo, formerly, of stumbling. Accused him of stumbling from a few seats back towards her, unzipping his pants, and then urinating on her. He only stopped when the passenger sitting beside her told him to.
Okay. All right.
This just sounds like too crazy. I don't know.
No. Here's what happened.
All right, what happened?
Our man got fucking hammered on this flight. He had been drinking before he got there. He drank on the flight. He had been drinking since the night before. Drinking real hard. Oh yeah, drinking frat boy hard. Okay. And he, you know how you black out, you don't know where you are, right? So he blacked out, and he's like, he just thought like, okay, well, the toilet's like close by, right? I'll just walk towards where I think it is, and then just start peeing.
Elon Musk becomes first person in history to lose $200 billion.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay,
$200 billion.
Okay, just two things about that. One, and then two, He lost $200 billion because he never had $200 billion.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
Tesla
all
stock was all way over.
speculative nonsense. Like that's the thing that's so baffling about that guy, is that like he trades on futures of his like name, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like Trump traded on his name, right? It was literally like, you pay me, you put my name on a thing, you pay me, right? Like it's very simple, right? You use my name, you pay me, right? That's the end, right? Musk is like, my name will eventually be used for something that will do this, that will do X eventually. And then people are like, okay, Elon, you have never lied before. And somehow he has managed to maintain hundreds of billions of dollars off of that. That don't make no fucking sense.
Well, it's
Especially
all gone now.
that but he's still at least what, tens of billionaires, right?
Yeah. I think he's got some, whatever, $20 billion still, or whatever the fuck. But yeah,
I think something said I read a thing, it might have been satire, or not even satire, I don't even know what you fucking call it. But I read a thing where it's like, Elon Musk made $68 billion yesterday. And I was like, that seems like it's way too much money. Like, it's like, that's too much money for 24. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
oh shit, okay. Musk's wealth dropped from 340 billion down to 137 billion. So we were like way off on that. But it's still,
Yeah.
I don't, how do you even like wrap your head around the difference between, what did I say, 20 billion and 137 billion?
There isn't a significant difference, because it's
Right.
that's
Once you hit 1 billion or fucking half a billion, anything beyond that is just fucking,
it's like
power.
once you hit 100 billion, you are now, the other billions after 100 are toys. I tried to watch Bambi as like a fucking 18-year-old and couldn't do it. Had to turn it off because they're all, it's not just that like it's a sad thing, because like The Lion King is sad, right? That got to me too, right? The fucking, no, like what, the camera calling down as the dad falls into the thing, right? Like, it's like that got to me, but it got to me as like oh, that's sad, quick, better make it not sad, right? And the movie does exactly that, right? The movie's like, yep, and in a couple minutes we're gonna be Hakuna Matata-ing, and and you're gonna forget all about it, right? Like, don't worry, right? But Bambi is so cute from the first second of it that it makes me sad automatically, because I know what's coming, and I don't need it. I don't need it in my life, right? I don't need something that isn't real to make me that sad.